Today's poem is Rudyard Kipling's If, which, together with Desiderata, are two of the most popular of the current genre of list poems. A perennial problem with lists is that you come across one item which spoils the whole lot. Laurie Lee's otherwise beautiful wish list for his daughter, the firstborn, for example, lulls and then jars as he can't quite stretch to full emancipation for the lass. Any lists that admit a deity also spoil the barrel for me. Kipling was a child of the Empire, not a member of the rapacious, plundering, murderous vanguard of empire makers, but one of that caste of people who followed in the wake of pillage, throwing a cloak of respectability over the rampage. The soldiers, civil servants, missionaries, poets and artists who translated imperial subjugation into a form of benevolent service, the bringing of British civilization to benighted regions. Kipling's empathy for ordinary soldiers and select non-British make it hard to convict him outright of white supremacy. He was an English supremacist, whose values derive from a quite specific class of Englishness. In his excellent essay written in response to T.S. Eliot's preface in a selection of Kipling's work published in 1941, George Orwell berates Kipling for the patronising faux cockney he ascribes to the lower orders. Some have even accused Kipling of being fascist. Orwell refutes this, but does argue that the man was sadistic. Orwell is clearly not fond of Kipling, whom he characterises as a practitioner of good, bad poetry, which genre he describes as a graceful monument to the obvious. He does, however, acknowledge that Kipling's popularity has survived longer than most, and it's certainly easier for us than for Orwell to enjoy Kipling, even at his most jingoistic. In 1941, it would have been inescapable to be discerning about what colours folk nailed to their masts. Nowadays we have the luxury of being able to detach the artist from their work, to admire the murderous, mercurial painter's genius, and the spare elegance of the incestuous typographer's fonts. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream, and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster, and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build 'em up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you, except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.